China, Shanghai, 1955. It was hot and humid that summer morning. It was the distressing morning sickness of my pregnancy. I had awakened early, vomiting. I had no idea that this morning would be different from the rest. China Cry is a true story of the courage and struggles of Nora Lam. Set in China some 30 years before the bloody Tiananmen Square massacre, this portrays the harsh realities of the repressive communist regime and Nora Lam's indomitable will to survive. China Cry, the Nora Lam story, by Nora Lam with Richard Schneider. My clothes were already sticky with perspiration as I walked toward the auditorium for our regular 7 a.m. staff meeting. My drab blue jacket and slacks, loose and baggy as they were, could not hide the fact that I was decidedly pregnant. Sick physically, I also suffered emotionally from the increasing pressure on all the staff by the communist regime. Why had I studied law when everyday landlords were being shot without trial and their property seized? Comrade Professor? The auditorium guard was holding the door for me. I stepped through. You're late, comrade. Not a good example to be setting for your students. I'm sorry. I have not been feeling well. One's responsibility to the state takes precedent over personal feelings, something you obviously have yet to learn. Suddenly, it was clear. Today, I was to be interrogated. At what age did your parents enroll you in a McTire Christian school? 9 or 10, I'm not certain. Why did they enroll you in a foreign missionary school? I don't know. For the education, I guess. Please may I have some water? Is it logical to suggest they did this because they had strong Christian sympathies? They're not really religious. My father has some Catholic instruction while in France, but after the war you enrolled in a boarding school, also Christian. Yes, the Mary Farnham School. It was Presbyterian, really very high academically. Is that when you became a Christian? I haven't been a Christian for years. I was young and impressionable. It was just something you did while in school. You must write about your life from the beginning. Reconsider every event, including the time spent with the missionaries and the Presbyterians. You must return all paper that is used, even the false starts. But my family, my baby, he's due soon. I must go home. Consider this a chapter in your autobiography. The more you write, the sooner this matter will be closed. I will leave you now, but be sure to write truly and complete. The room was empty, except for a guard sitting by the door. The only sound was a distant sound of rifle fire. In China, the family name gives meaning to a person. I write this with true awareness that the history of my parents is of deeper importance than of who I have become. After the defeat of the Japanese in 1945, my father brought us back to our beloved Shanghai. I was 13 years old. As I continued writing, the memories of my days at the Mary Farnham School flooded back on me. I found myself enjoying the thought of its quiet, restful sanctuary. As self-criticism and confession of the first steps to social reform, I will attempt to explain my involvement with Christianity at this impressionable age. It began like a seed, planted in my spirit. I was away from my parents and lonely for something. I remember sitting in the chapel, singing "Take My Life and Let It Be," the girls holding lighted candles. But the words I wrote were deliberately cold. At the time of personal stress, I did confess to be a Christian. It was the night before the middle school entrance exam. I thought back on that wonderful night when the American evangelist spoke. How the presence of Jesus Christ seemed so real. The strong emphasis on high test score made me apprehensive. I had to deal successfully with the exams. To do so would bring great pride to my parents. A better opportunity will be mine for the future. I thrilled again when I remember asking Jesus Christ into my heart. The strong feeling that He was present with me. After I left the Mary Farnham School, it became but a distant memory. By the time I reached 16 years old, the Christian God was forgotten. The events of my childhood have no bearing on my life today in the new China. I now look to our Chairman Mao for instruction and guidance. I see we've been falsely indoctrinated. Christianity will ultimately disappear from human history. It will be a slow process of re-education. The era of pure communism will be the prize for the future. It will be China's millennium. For now, it must be determined if you are worthy to assist us in our goals. When it always be unfair like this, I cannot see past the injustice. The falsely accused, the innocent killed. Perhaps you should write in more detail. Colonel, can't you see my situation? I am about to give birth. My baby needs adequate rest. I will leave you now. But I must warn you, another man will come to take my place, and you will not find him as patient as I. I leaned against the desk, trying to sleep. But I could not help remember that night at the Mary Farnham School when I asked Christ to be my Lord. I taught you when I was a young girl. Do you remember my name? I seem to feel His presence. And I fell asleep. A loud crash awakened me. A woman dressed in civilian clothes, flanked by 2 soldiers, stood over me. Get up! How can you sleep so late? An indulgence of the lazy capitalist class. The revolutionary masses have been at work for hours. May I please request some water? You must learn self-discipline. I have nothing further to confess. We will help you remember. Stand up. With about a full confession of your counter-revolutionary activities, you will begin by admitting you are a Christian. If it were true, what is the crime? Our Constitution guarantees religious freedom for all the people. You play games. You accepted an honored teaching position wearing a mask of lies. Did you intend to infiltrate the minds of our brave soldiers with your dissonant beliefs? That is absurd. You will answer yes or no. Are you a Christian? This was my Rubicon. For an instant, the temptation was strong. I will not deny it. A dark voice seemed to whisper to me, after all, you believe in your heart, and God certainly knows. I will not satisfy this brute with a simple no and save yourself from the torture. I could feel the warm blood running down my face. I thought of Jesus on the cross, blood running down his face. He may be distant from me, but I will not deny his presence. Answer me, yes or no. I can see my Savior clearly now, looking down at me with love and understanding. I was glad for the blood on my face, the pain in my body, yes or no. I am a Christian. Take her out and shoot her. I can hear his voice clearly.